I'm telling you, she's only 19. Give her another couple years, she will be arguably one of the best women's players in the world. Period. From Norway.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
Hey,
we're the Permanent Relegation Podcast. We do a show here every Tuesday from Chatham Tap in beautiful Fishers, Indiana. Hope everybody's enjoying their night. It's Dogfish Head night.
Thank you.
So they're tapping all sorts of different.
60,
Tim,
120. How far we go?
Yeah, they got it all.
dude,
Everything's in
you
there.
cannot have a 120.
You can't have a 120. So Dogfish Head tapping party this evening. You got the 61, the 90-minute, the April Hop, the 120-minute.
Okay, with the 120, you get a free cab ride to wherever you want because you're going to need it.
Yeah, if you guys are drinking the 120, we're going to call an Uber for you.
Right now. Right.
But you're going to have to pay for it.
And it's on Kyle Hyland's tab. So
Actually, technically, it's on the in the 11 tab.
Sounds
so,
good.
Colluder, thanks.
Thanks, Colluder. You're the
Just
best.
expense it.
Tim and me, he's out of here.
As usual, we are live on YouTube. So make sure that you're tweeting your questions to us with hashtag BYBcast. We're going to be giving away some scarves this evening, as well as 2 pair of tickets. So if anybody wants to go to the last home game
of the
spring season against Edmonton this Saturday, we've got 2 pair of tickets to give away as well for the Indy 11 game.
I have a feeling it might be a barn burner. You have a team that can score a lot of goals, but also gives up a ton of goals. So this should be good.
We'll get to that in a second.
Yeah,
with our guests. Of course, our Twitter handle at PR Podcast Show. I am Andy.
Chris,
as usual. We've got 2 distinguished guests with us.
Well, we have 1 distinguished guest and 1 legend.
Which one's which?
Exactly. Figure that one out here. Right.
Interim head coach, Tim Regan. Both of these guys have been on the show before.
Yes.
So return guests. And then he wasn't here the last time you were here because he actually was throwing up all over the place.
No, I was here. I was setting up. And then so you guys came in and Guizot showed up and he helped out. Oh, man, that was a save and a half. So that was great.
And then last week's NASL Player of the Week, I won Mr. Kyle Hyland. Kyle, hello.
Yes.
How you guys doing?
That's right. Guys, do you see this aura around him now? He just kind of comes into places now and goes, do you know who I am?
He's like, hey, Kyle Hyland, I get everything for free now.
You guys realize that you're feeding Tim all this.
I'm hoping so. Yeah. That's the whole point.
Yeah. He said he's been drilling this in for years at you, and you finally started listening.
So we'll get to your form later because you are in form, sir. You are playing very well. But Tim, lots of questions. So I know Chris had a couple about the game on Saturday. So
yeah, we'll just pop right into it. To the home game. So coming up, well, first off, we'll talk about this past game. So how was that? You're out there. It's your show at this point. So how was it, the preparation, kind of to quickly get together? Obviously, you're involved in the game planning throughout the week anyways. Quick preparation, get the guys ready, get down to Fort Lauderdale, and then, have to deal with the swamp-like temperatures. And then, you mentioned it right before the show. You were exhausted afterwards. How was this for you?
Well, I had to wear pants. So
Are you not a fan of pants?
I prefer shorts when it's hot.
Okay.
No John Dawson loafers. You didn't have any John Dawson loafers on?
Loafers without the socks?
Without the socks.
No comment. The game itself was different, right?
Yeah.
Of course, the week was the week. And the build-up was different and odd and awkward and quiet at times and lively at other times. Because at the end of the day, you're still talking about 22 males going on a soccer field every day to play soccer. So it's not going to be a morgue, but at times it was. And leading into the game, the conversations were fairly simple. The shock of what happened is a shock of what happened. That brings a natural feeling to the entire group. And from my end, it was just trying to make sure that we all understood we just had to go out and play. And X's and O's and specifics, the same thing we do every week, right? It's we got to talk about the other team. We have to talk about ourselves. We have to talk about moments in the game that we know are going to come. But ultimately, we want to talk about the way to win. And if you could read a book and win, then everyone would do it. So there's no book. And we're trying to write our own way. And so for 93 minutes and 10 seconds, we weren't there. And then give us 92-12, and we got it. So, and we know in a game, we've been in their position where a center back doesn't clear the ball all the way and somebody bangs it in the goal. And it was nice to be on the other end. And at the end of a long week, I think the celebration showed that the guys had a pretty good time with that. I was just hoping that kickoff, that nice referee blew the whistle really fast.
Yes.
And so it happened. So, relief at the end of it, I think, for everybody. And 3 points is 3 points.
3 points, well deserved and well needed too.
Of course.
The effort looked phenomenal. I've got to say, for all the players out there, I've played sports in conditions that way, really hot, really humid. It just saps your energy. And the fact is, nobody let up, though. And that's been, we talked about this week after week, the mantra of this team. It just seems to be there are the great majority of guys on here that just don't quit. No, we get down. It doesn't matter. We're going to fight back. In the game previous, the last home game, same deal. We're starting to get this whole last-minute thing, this cardiac type of rest deal. But that shows it's a team that doesn't quit. And so, it's got to be nice to kind of take into a role where you go, well, okay, we have guys that get this, that I know are willing to go out there and work, and that's got to feel good because no matter what we get into, they're going to keep pushing. And that's got to make it a little easier, I would think.
Oh, definitely. Like you said, that's unspoken. It's the way it's always been done. And unfortunately, we've been chasing the game far too many times, especially at home. And I think in 2014, more so. For whatever reason, but from 79 minutes to 90 minutes, you often see really good, solid pushes from our group. So it was nice to be pushing a game that we were trying to win, not trying to just catch up. And,
to just draw.
Yeah, no, drawing's nice, but they say it's that we want to win, and that's what we did on the day. So we'll try to push that in the next week and day by day get ourselves ready.
How much, obviously, with everything going on, how much was it just kind of once you got the call and you were just ready to work, let's go, let's get back to it, get out there and go, or did you have that initial kind of shock phase where you're like, okay, this is like real deal now, and then you kind of moved on? And you seem like you're a very business guy all the time, 24/7. So
without the mullet, you are full on front mullet, like not even back, no party at all.
I wish I could grow the back.
I wish I could grow any of it. That's why I wear a hat all the time.
I wish they'd let me. So, the shock value is a shock.
Sure.
And how long it lasts? Well, it lasts until the next practice.
Okay.
Because whether you have to put on a face or whether you have to get through it, you figure it out. And that's for me, and that's for everybody in the room too. And the shock value, I think, on Tuesday when everybody found out was huge. Right. It's quiet, and but like I said, we don't have much of a choice. But from 10 o'clock to think about it, and at 10:30 to play soccer again. Because that's the way life goes, and it sucks in every way, and there's no getting around that. So the time was brief. I think the in-between moments for me for me personally, is a lot of conversations, because you need to talk to people. You need to talk to people people that are in the 11, people that aren't. Inside perspectives, out parts, and everybody matters, and they give you good insight in it because it keeps you going. Because in those times, it's easy to just get down and feel sorry and just kind of think about it too much, but you got to act. And so I think that's what we just got right to business, and let's go play soccer.
Right. When it came down to the media aspect too, obviously you're kind of getting
the first shots on Tuesday. They got you out there. You're on the east side of Carroll, and they're just lined up, and it's like a firing squad, and you just have this look on your face like, please let somebody ask a stupid question. I want to Greg Popovich this so bad.
A few thoughts in my head I was not able to say.
You can, because we don't have sponsors, so you can say whatever you want.
But he still has a job.
The biggest problem was it was sunny, and I couldn't wear my hat. So
you and hats, man.
It's all right. I like it. I like it.
So that part's just awkward too. Right? What do you want me to say? Basically, like when they ask the first question, what do you want me to say?
Right.
I'm happy. I want it to go this way. No, and
so Well, that's the kind of stuff that a lot of the traditional media wants, is they want that story to be like, oh yeah, great, awesome. I'm here to
you did a great
mess
job.
Everybody's up.
Right. You did a great job. You kept it right on the point of what the task was, and it goes back to what you were just saying, which was you have those moments. It sucks, but then we have a game to play. We have soccer to go into, and it's. I think you handled it fantastic. So, and I would say, obviously, you roll off this momentum, and then heading into this coming week. So we were talking about this just right before the game. I was like, Andy, you realize this is a team that we're playing that has scored more goals than the Cosmos. I said, but has also given up 19 goals. I said, so they score almost 2 goals a game, but definitely give up more than 2 goals. So this should be an interesting mix. What's your mindset going into this? game planning that you can give without
Yeah.
telling?
Yeah, every team knows how they play. Scouting reports aren't public, but they
Right.
are
Yeah.
because everyone's watching the same
Yep.
game. And whether there's some finer details we see that we talk about on the inside and say, okay, nobody else can hear that they have a fast guy.
Right.
He's going to run fast.
Right.
No, we all know that. So they're usually playing on Kyle's
Fast
side
guy.
because they're usually right-footed. And so I tell Kyle every game, Kyle, you play against the fast guy again.
And Kyle's like,
He goes,
yes.
so you want me to body
Give
him
him
up,
to
coach?
me.
You want me to body him up, coach? Give me some body blows? I got this, coach. I got him. Sit in my way.
runs into me, he's going
I'm
down.
a trauma beaten.
Yeah, something like that. But it doesn't usually work. So anyway, that's, again, the game plan as far as, you want to make sure they don't score 4 goals.
Yeah.
They've got multiple guys that have a lot of goals, 3 and 4 goals. And,
Yeah.
And so you got to pay attention to them and look at how they score goals and see if we can keep that at bay. And we'll get to those details. But early in the week, we usually like to focus on ourselves and say it's about Indy 11 doing what they need to do, and then of course be aware of what the opponent can do.
Are you seeing yourself in heading into this game and kind of last week, we've kind of seen some interesting rotation in personnel as you go. Are you going to continue to kind of roll this and see what works and kind of in your own philosophy, what you have in mind and kind of plug and play as you go? Or are you going to kind of set maybe closer to what this last game was? You think you've already found a mix that you like?
There's so many factors that go into a lineup,
Right.
and what the staff thinks and how the players perform during the week and injuries.
See, this is a
and-
coach question right here. This is
it's and so it's not decided.
Yeah.
You'd like to give the players the time during the week to show what they're made of, and for those, and Kyle can attest to it, you can go 6 weeks not in a lineup, and that sucks.
Yeah.
And so how do you get out of it? Well, you show up every day and you work, and if you can do that, and you'll get your chance. And I can't tell you when it's going to come. There's no crystal ball. Is there a feeling? Is there a tactical matchup? Yeah, sometimes. But with this group right now, I think that we have a lot of players who can play. And I go as far as to say if we have 19 field players, you're very comfortable with 18 because one just had surgery. So,
Yeah.
And I think everyone feels that at training too in terms of saying, I don't mind playing with him or him or him. And we just need to get them in the spots that fit their abilities and, of course, can deal with the opponent too.
Player-wise, when you're left out of a lineup, what kind of mentally, what kind of thoughts go through your head of like,
You're in
okay,
the mix
what
now.
have I
He just
done?
brought you right in.
Oh yeah, I don't care. He's just sitting over there being quiet. I gotta let him talk a little bit. But just mentally, from a player aspect, when you're not in the lineup, you don't find you're out in your lineup. Do you have that initial like, I better be subbed in or something?
No, I mean it's a little different for each position that you're into. Well, I mean anyone at first they get upset that they're not starting because everyone wants to start. I mean if you don't get upset, there's something wrong with you. In all honesty, but at the same time, I mean somebody like a Don Smart or Duke for example too. Like somebody as an outside mid, typically those are the ones that get subbed in. As a back, you have to stay focused the whole game to, on the bench to make sure that you're ready to go in at that time, just in case. But at the same time, you just got to know that in that position, usually you don't want to sub backs unless given the situation. So that plays a role as well, but you have to be tuned in at any time because 2 games in the season when we played Cosmos, I had to get subbed in for Jaime. Like randomly, we didn't expect that at all. And I had to be ready to go. But then there's times you just aren't going to get in. So it's a different mindset definitely than a starter, but it's okay. It's all right. I mean, you just have to work and practice the next.
It's a very
next
honest
weekend.
answer. That's very good. It's okay. Really, what I'm saying is it sucks
Right.
every game.
With the momentum in terms of the way that some guys like Kyle, for instance, are playing right now, you got guys that are really clicking at their peaks. And the nice thing about this year compared to last year is that this year it's not a long break. It's maybe a couple weeks and you're back at it, and then a long fall season. Do you feel like that's something that's an advantage for you, especially with the amount of guys that are in form right now and are playing, some of their best ball that they've seen all year?
Yeah, it is an advantage. You don't want to sit around for 4 weeks and do nothing. That's not what we get paid to do, right? The guys want to work. And so it'll be a good enough break in the sense that there's a mental side of the game, there's a personal side where everybody can go do what they need to do. And if they're going to go to sunny Cleveland or whatever they need to go, they'll do it.
There's sun in Cleveland?
No, only if they win 4 games in a row.
They win tonight, it'll be sunny.
3 more to go.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's again for each guy to do his own thing and to get away because the number of days isn't very long, and you want to step away from the game and then come back ready to go and refreshed and all these words. So then we get right back to work, and we do have the Morelia game, which will be good. It'll be a good experience for the guys. It'll be a different style. It'll be a talented team.
It'd be interesting getting screamed at in a different language nonstop. I mean, it's going to be awesome.
It's going to be like a 50-50 crowd of both Indy 11 fans and then Mexican fans,
which is good because it brings a little energy to the stadium in a different way, and it'll be in the middle of the afternoon, and won't be a night game. So there's all these little things that breakfast is your pregame meal instead of dinner, and it's a little thing, but it's what do you eat? Sausage and eggs, or I don't know.
Right.
So we'll do it, and it'll be good because it'll build us into the Cosmos game. It's nice to play a competitive game before getting back to work.
Now, obviously, we don't want to keep you very long. I know you got things going on here. We really appreciate your time first and foremost. Thank you, because I know it's a whirlwind. You got a lot going on, game planning. So thank you for taking the time out. Something that when all this kind of came down, the one thing that I wanted to ask you when I knew you were going to make it on was, so with having Cleberson there now, kind of as you transition out of a kind of a player role for right now, how has that been so far, besides just talking to him? Because it's always funny just to talk to Cleberson anyways. So if you don't have somebody next to him. But then what do you see the strengths of this, and how has that been clicking already? How is that working?
You need to take advantage of what it is. And what it is a guy that's played a long time at a level that I can watch on TV. And so take the appreciation that what he is seeing is valuable. And is he going to stand up and coach the whole training session and run every exercise? And no, he's not.
You're probably not in a boot. That's probably true.
The boot does slow him down. So I did today think I need 2 guys to kick soccer balls into the excercise. Cleb's right foot is down. We'll find somebody else. So it's taking Kleb and let him, one, be comfortable because he has to be comfortable. So one, we have to speak, and we have to go a little bit slower because the language is not a problem, but it's good because I like diagrams and we can talk and we can move boards and we can do all that. And then he's going to find his way with the players because his transition is difficult, as is mine. I go from being an assistant, so when they look at me and say, okay, well, you decide what to do. And now for Kleb, he went from sitting in the player's chair and now, and they can crack the jokes and whatever they're going to call him because they might not call him Kleb anymore. They got to find a new word.
Sir.
Yeah. Mr. Boot. I don't know. So
he's the real Das Boot.
He is. and that's just a natural evolution. As far as what he's brought to the table, it's been really positive. I mean, I know he's had individual conversations with guys. He's on the sideline. He's encouraging. He's big on the confidence side of things. And he looks at the player and says he's got more. And I'm going to tell him that. Good. And everyone has their delivery. So Kleb's going to find his. And as he gets more mobile, it'll be easier to use him in terms of there's like any public speaking setting. When you're moving around, interacting with guys, they feed off of it. Well, you look at him, he's just standing there because he has no choice. And he tries to move up and down the sideline. He was holding the ball there like a ball kid. He did a good job.
I didn't see that.
He was on the other side.
You should get like one of those like scooters that he can put his leg into and just be able
to. But they actually want him to walk because it's good for him to walk.
Oh well.
We can take 2 of the ball kids and save them from Christian and have them kind of carry him and help him. That'd be better because then they probably have a better experience anyways because they won't be
screamed at.
Exactly. It's gonna be better for everybody involved. So,
final question before you got to bounce. The new guys so far, specifically Duke and Daniel. Obviously, Daniel's started last 3 games.
Well, he got concussed. The Lightning game. Tampa.
Oh, the Lightning game.
It was a long Lightning game.
Dude, that was.
Oh yeah, we went to Chatham downtown and then came back. Which was the bad idea.
Good idea.
That was a great idea. That was awesome.
No, those 2 in particular, having come in after the beginning of the season for their respective reasons. Duke because he's really smart and finishes
fast.
Degrees. Yeah, and he runs. And Daniel because he went through an MLS preseason and then he comes in and we got to take a look at him and then we sign him. So again, similar to what we talked about before with Kyle, you don't know when you're going to get your chance. And for Daniel, it was somebody got hurt and
you got to bust into an Eminem song here.
Not yet.
Okay, real close here. So, 8 Mile. Here we go.
And then for Duke, I don't know. Duke, it could be 2 minutes, it could be 5 minutes, it could be 7 minutes, and feel yourself in the game, and he went on to play forward, and I don't think he played forward. He played left midfield. So, again, talk about tactics, talk about all these things. It's just talk about somebody going on the field and doing their job. And so for both of them, they've done that, and you can only be happy. And does it guarantee them anything? No. It just means that we're happy, and we'll go to the next game, and we're going to compete in training all week, and hopefully they can earn their spot in the team. Especially as young guys, they have to learn that. There's only one way to learn it, is to do it. So,
what do I picture? I picture Tim. Homie's got a chessboard. He's got his team, and he's got like little pictures of their faces on me. He goes, "Guess who's not playing this week?" And he just taps it over and goes, "All right, Mr. Hyland, you're next.
Your turn.
Your turn."
Sorry. Speaking of the Lightning game and Kyle, what was your thought when he just rocked that thing up in the upper 90?
what the hell's he doing?
You're not Pena. What are you doing?
What kind of serve is that? That's not going. Oh, it's going in.
That's not a cross.
The best seat in the house was on the bench because your angle was perfect, and so you could see it moved. It moved up, it moved down, and left and right. And
you have no idea how the hell you did that, do you?
But just anytime you watch so many games, right? Anytime a ball hits the bottom of the crossbar and goes in, he does something right. And so whether he was aiming for the lower left corner or the upper right, it went in.
That keeper had no chance to. It just watched it go by.
Yeah.
It was just like, well, that's over.
So what happens when you decide to be a douche and kick the ball away from the keeper and get a red card? Guess what happens? Somebody comes and busts you in the mouth.
With a bizarre game.
The ref's like, I don't have any more red cards. Like this one's
stop the game if they do one more.
Exactly. Yeah, he's getting out a red Sharpie and coloring in the yellow.
You're done.
Like, there you go.
You're out. So, all right. Well, again, we know you got things to do.
I mean, if you want to stay, you're more than welcome to stay.
I'm not kicking you off the show, but Jesus, don't feel bad. You can literally just drop the headphones and walk away.
You know what Kyle has to say for the first couple minutes.
So Kyle, when Tim was announced as the new interim head coach, what was your initial reaction?
Besides asking for a transfer. I'm sorry. This poor guy. You're lucky the camera can't see his face, but he wants to kill me right now.
I just laugh at the transfer. I'm like, transfer where? Where are you going to go? I mean,
where's the ice?
There's some serious burns right here. Hold on. Oh, my God.
It can't be that negative. It's just,
watch out.
I wasn't.
Like I didn't say it. He said it.
You like how I just deflected off of me and went right at you.
It's all right.
If we're going to start selling people, I'm going to be an agent.
So speaking of Chris throwing people under the bus, did you hear about the time that Chris touched a ball when we were up?
We've heard enough about this. I hate you, Andy.
Ball comes over to Chris.
How have you not heard this?
I haven't heard it.
So it's 1-1?
You were there.
It's 1-0.
You were there.
It's 1-0. Okay. Ball comes over to Chris. Chris is behind they gave us press passes for some unknown reason. But Chris is behind the goal, and Christian's there. Ball goes over. Chris takes left foot touch.
No, well, hold on. I want to tell this the right way.
But first off, Kyle's already getting uncomfortable.
Well, no, the point was it was coming off weird. I'm way off the field, and so I'm like, I'm gonna help my boy out. I'm just gonna stop it here. I was in the middle, whatever, and I just hear Christian screaming at me in that kind of medium to high pitch, like doing his thing at me. And then I'm like, whoa, but I'd already touched it. It was a perfect left touch. Like first touch, it was beautiful. Pop back, stopped immediately, and he just shook his head at me, and I went like this. So, anyways, this happens.
Up 1-0. By the way, and he touches it.
Okay, so here's the point. When Brad Ring and Dawson are on, Brad Ring goes, "Well, we up 1-0?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh, idiot! You should know better, buddy." He says like 10 words the whole time he's on the show, but that was good enough for him.
So now they call him 3 points. 2 points.
And I said, "I swear I did something during the Lightning game that was pretty much going to get us points back."
I know.
I said you were going to score.
Did you really?
No. Why would I ever think that? Why would I ever think you were going to score? Murder somebody, get a yellow card, be a beast out on the field. Yeah, those are all like
those are guarantees.
Score from 24 to 26 out. Who would have thought that, dude? Come on.
Would have come to training the week before. You were banging in goals.
I was banging in goals.
Small-sided stuff. You rallied the team.
It was Sergio, wasn't it? Sergio filled everything with like, I can do this too.
He goes, all you got to do literally is just close your eyes and kick. Right. You're good. And you're like, oh, why haven't I been doing this? All right.
Sergio didn't say that because he has no idea what we're saying right now.
You mean Sergio that they just yelled Cleberson at him nonstop in the middle of the Louisville game?
There was the Louisville preseason game. Some dude in the crowd just kept calling Sergio Cleberson.
Really?
What's Cleberson doing? Good job, Cleberson.
Sergio Pena.
Like, well, that's borderline racist.
Pretty much. But it was, never mind. All right, so How you doing?
I'm doing well.
I know.
Player of the week last week.
Yeah.
I guess.
First professional goal, player of the week. I mean, probably a little bit more than you expected.
How'd you follow it up this past week? What'd you do?
To be honest with you, I couldn't really do a lot this game.
Yeah.
I mean, the ball was on the right side of the field the entire game almost. I was actually going to talk to Tim about that at practice, and I hadn't.
You can talk to him now. Let's do this. Let's go break it down right now.
No, I just.
So-
I mean,
so
the
tell me
game
how it
was kind of weird. I mean, neither team could really possess the ball all that much. I mean, they did a little bit, and we had times, obviously. But, I mean, the ball was literally on the right side of the field 90% of the game until we scored 2 goals on the left side. Must be a left side.
No, Tim, do you hear what he's trying to tell you? Do you hear his emotions here? He's opening up to you, Tim. What do you have to say?
Well, in the end, Duke ran faster than you. He got the ball and ran up the field.
Jesus.
So, no, I mean, you're right. He's valid, right? The ball was on the opposite side of the field. And
That's weird.
there's 10 other people that don't want to kick it to him. That's not my fault. So, yeah, it was just sometimes the game flows that way, right? Whether it's oftentimes their left side in possession often, which leads to our right side then gaining it. So that's probably more than anything.
I was hoping you were going to say what I did was I held down that side like I do every game, and I make sure things don't get past me, and I make great reads, and I make sure that guy has to work his ass off for 90 minutes because that's what I do.
What'd you say, Kyle? High Life Hyland?
High Life. That's your new name, right? Kyle High Life Hyland. Absolutely.
Champagne of players.
The champagne beers.
Yes.
Have you seen the Regan Youth T-shirts that Slaughterhouse made? There's some. They were selling. I think the pre-sale's over now, but there was some Regan Youth T-shirts.
Is he seeing all proceeds on this? You might want to check on this because somebody's making some money off your likeness.
There's a hashtag doing
Does he
too.
tell me this stuff?
Somebody tweeted out a picture of your head. Just your face. On like a blue.
Oh no,
screen.
that was Cormac.
Was
That was
it?
James Cormac, yeah, on his blog for the preview of the game coming up.
Like
Yeah,
Bloody Shambles or
Uh-huh.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a giant picture of your face.
I want to
What he
do
wrote over
like on
it
IU
as-
game.
I hope so.
like on IU games where in the BYB they just have giant cutout of famous people's heads
Yeah.
every time the opposing team's coming this way, just to hold up
just a giant Regan head up there.
all Regan heads
All Regan heads. Wow, that'd be
in
great.
different emotions though. So some concerned, some
Right.
happy.
Right. You could get that all from the first interview session last week. Literally, you could just get all these, and then you could just have a giant like hat that comes and puts it on his head, just over and over. That'd be great. Anyways. All right, well, this is derailing.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
So with being a Cleveland guy,
That's time to go.
See you,
you're
Tim.
like it's time to go.
Thank you, man. I really
Thanks for-
appreciate you.
thanks for
Thank
coming
you
on.
so much. Thank you
He's
so
like
much.
Cleveland, I'm out.
That's it.
See you later,
All right.
Tim Rowe.
All right, now that guy's gone,
God.
downer. So predictions
Unbelievable.
for the finals.
Dude, I'm here afterwards. I got to watch this. This is straight
Yeah.
Cleveland all the way.
I'm pretty excited.
Yeah.
No, I mean the series has been sick so far.
It's been unreal for
Yeah.
all the years I've
Two
been
overtime
watching
games.
finals. Yeah.
Yeah, unbelievable. I mean, if Dellavedova,
Dellavedova,
if
yeah.
he can figure
Just call him
that out every
Deli,
game,
like
right?
everybody else Deli.
If he can do that every game,
Yep.
I mean, I think Cavs come on
Well,
top.
yeah, of course he
but-
can. He doesn't quit. He's
Yeah.
like you. You two are very similar. You guys do not quit.
Except
So-
he's like probably a good foot taller.
God, Jesus.
It's not a short joke. It's not a short joke. He's probably a foot taller than me.
Why would you even bring it up? No, he's not.
I don't know.
He's taller than you think.
Yeah,
He's probably like
he's 6'3".
Is he
Maybe
6'3"?
Okay, well then he's my
Something
height.
like that. Yeah, because Curry's 6'3", so he's about the exact same height. So
Yeah.
yeah, right. But no,
Yeah.
you look at what one man, especially last game. I will not lose this game. We will not lose this game. Now, I'm going to do anything possible to make sure we don't lose this game.
Yeah.
And having Deli help him with that. But LeBron, I just tell you what, forever I've said this since he's coming in. You being a Cleveland guy, you understand this. When you make 28, 10, and 9 just look mundane, people
Yeah.
just kind of forget about it. Like they just go, oh, whatever, it's not that big of a deal.
Right.
It is a big deal.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And then so he has to put up 44 points, a triple double, whatever, just
Right.
to make people go, oh my God, look how great. What do you mean, look how great he is? He's it's insane, dude. What he's doing.
The only thing that frustrates me with LeBron, and I mean, I'm not a LeBron fan.
Okay.
I am a Cleveland fan, but not a LeBron fan.
That's
But
like every Cleveland fan.
yeah, right. No, a lot of people have like
Yeah, a lot of people
I
switched
don't-
back.
Yeah, I'm not.
Once
like,
he left, it was like, see you later.
They unburned his jerseys.
Yeah.
right.
It's just some guy like, oh my God.
No, but like the thing that frustrates me with him is a lot of times like he'll get the ball up and he'll just stand with the ball for like 15 seconds and then throw up like a random three.
You don't
And
think that's black? I mean, you don't think that's
Wait a minute.
what?
What just about happened there?
What?
what is it? What?
Oh, wait, what?
Who's the coach for Cleveland?
LeBron?
No. Yes. Oh, so it's not David Blatt?
No, it's LeBron.
Okay. Okay. Well, I was going to say the whole isolation piece. I'm sure LeBron said, "Hey, I think we should do isolation." He said, "That sounds like a good idea."
Right.
Let's play ISO all game.
But what you had no idea what I was saying.
Well, both Kyle and I looked at each other when you went Blatt.
No, it's Blatt.
I know, I understand. But you said,
You
don't you
even
think
know-
it's a Blatt? And then it was,
Decision.
oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, it's a Blatt. I know because I started thinking, I'm like, no, he probably calls his own play. So yeah, you're probably right. So no,
I
I agree.
think we're on the
I
same
just think
page
it's
right
stagnant. Right. I agree. They get stagnant, and
Yeah.
you got guys that need to be in rhythm. That's why J.R.
Oh,
Smith is
yeah.
completely he just goes to sleep during games because
they just stand with the ball.
right. Yeah, he needs.
They move the ball and JR is
He's on
available.
fire.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. So how do you think this goes? Honestly, Cleveland Heart.
I mean, I think if we lost that last game, I think Golden State wins.
Okay.
I think now it's a complete toss-up. Obviously, I am going to say Cleveland, but I think it is a complete toss-up now.
God, what will Cleveland do if you win a non-Indians championship?
Right? No,
It's not like the Browns are going to win
I was
anything.
going to say
anytime
Cleveland's more of a Browns city more
soon.
than
Factory of Sadness.
anything, right? That's the best video.
Oh, yeah, it is.
It's so funny,
It's like they're playing a completely different sport.
right? What was it? We don't ask you to win or anything. We just want you to be better than a Division III high school.
Yeah. We go to our shitty jobs every day, and we ask you to be the distraction from that.
Right?
Something that I wanted to talk to you about since Woj has been on the show, and we kind of tweeted you out about it because Woj sat in the front of the plane back from Fort Lauderdale because he was pissed that he couldn't play cards with you guys.
Tim read it out. He goes, "You have to sit in the front of the plane with Southwest back." And it's not happy.
Now you tweeted out that Woj can't play unless he is the table at least one game.
Okay, so
Which that's a big table. Now, first off, my mom's in the crowd, and my mom had euchre club all growing up. Okay, so euchre since I was like 5 years old.
Yep.
So euchre's a big deal.
So why do
Yeah,
you
yeah.
still suck?
I don't suck. You suck.
No, we're amazing.
Yeah, we are pretty good.
All right. Anyways,
Which we're going to lead me to something, but I
Yep.
want to talk to Kyle about it real quick first.
let's talk to Cal.
So I hear that there's some guys that take euchre pretty seriously on the team.
we do. So typically, well, first off, Woj didn't know how to play.
He
Okay.
said he did.
No, he didn't originally.
Okay.
He didn't originally know how to play.
Well, so you gave him free
until-
lessons. No wonder you can't
Well,
play.
he came over to me and my girlfriend's place, and we taught him how to play.
She's like, hi.
We took her, and it was me and her versus Juddy and Woj.
Okay.
So that's how we learned that game. And there were bets throughout the night, so it got him really hooked because we were betting on things and whatnot.
Sure.
So after that, he thought he could play because I
No, man. It takes
because
years.
exactly
After one
and-
day, he's like,
Well,
Expert.
the thing is, knowing of how bad he was originally,
sure.
I went ahead and went alone, and it was a bold alone, and I ended up getting euchred on it.
He had like 9s and 10s.
So because I got euchred on an alone hand, he thinks he can play now,
Kyle went alone, 9s and 10s with the left.
right?
He said, "Well, shit.
Four suited.
Rose is probably going to renege, so I'm going to go ahead and
Right.
just alone."
Right. So he thinks he can play now, and the thing is on the road we always play. We always play on the plane.
Yeah.
Everything. We're always playing euchre.
So who are the core group of guys that play?
It used to be me, Dylan, Brad, and Greg.
Okay.
Greg always sleeps on the plane now. So Brian Gerlach, our trainer, is now in the mix.
Okay.
So it's always us.
Now now there's some guys on the outside that want to
Yeah.
kind of get in on it too.
There
right?
there are now enough guys to play another round.
Oh.
But I'm the one with the deck that always brings cards. So obviously I
Why don't you just
I
bring
know,
two
the,
decks?
I know the NASL
Right.
budget, but can none of these guys afford a set of bicycle cards?
Hey,
Wait,
I have no idea.
Twitter question.
Yep.
Someone asked, didn't you lose in the neighborhood tourney to a girl?
no. To a girl?
That's what he said.
Oh, fuck you, Brian.
Brian.
Fuck you, Brian Sullivan.
Anyway, so you've got more people that come that want to play.
Exactly, but they don't bring.
They don't get cards.
Yeah, and then they think they can just jump in our game. I mean,
not
it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So we gave him, a stipulation to get into the game, and that was being the table. And
wow, man, was this like something that just came off the top of your head, or did you really give this some thought?
I'm pretty sure it was either Dylan or Brian's thought, but it was everyone agreed to it.
So now,
did you say Brian Brown?
No, it was Brian Gerlach.
Brian Gerlach. Okay, because I was saying, how does he even know what euchre is at this point?
He's tried to learn, though. He's tried to learn.
Yeah. That's such an Indiana and
Ohio Michigan type thing.
Yeah, it's really weird. So.
It really is. It's a Midwest for sure.
Well, that's one of the things that
Illinois is like completely left out of this.
Woj had no idea.
That's true.
He was like, I don't know what. He's too far west.
But Brad knew.
I guess.
I gotta know. Okay, so if you stick the deal, what happens? You just automatically play it, or you play poker hand? What do you play?
No, you have to play it.
You have to play it.
So stick the deal regardless.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you ever played like poker hand or 9s and 10s and all that kind of stuff?
Not. I played where like if you had 3 9s and 10s, you could switch. You could switch out from the bottom of the deck or something like that. Farmer's hand.
Just take the kitty.
Yeah.
Or kitty. Yeah.
5 9s and 10s should be a redeal. 5 9s and 10s.
We don't play that.
Really?
You gotta play through it. Yeah, I actually got that hand recently, but you gotta play through it.
Wow.
No, I like it too. The only time I ever heard about redealing with 9s and 10s when I played with this guy.
But it's only 5. Yeah, 5 because that
doesn't matter.
That just never happens.
You rely on your partner.
What if the 2 of those are Trump though?
But it doesn't make a difference because they're going to be hit out by a.
What if your partner has the rest?
Right. Exactly. You could help them.
That
or maybe has
never
3.
happens that way.
Has 3 and they can have a solid hand.
Generally, when it's a 5 9s and 10s, I'm going to tell you what statistically happens.
Okay.
That is the most.
Statistics. Now.
It is. Yes, dude. The euchre.
A savant?
Yes, I'm a savant about this. Definitely 72.2% of the time, it leads to a loner on the other team, and that swings the whole game.
It does.
Swings the whole game.
Loner hands kill you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unless the person calling the loner has no idea what to do with the loner.
So anyways, I know this is a soccer podcast. I know it's a soccer podcast, and what can we do about this guy getting?
Hey, Maz. No, I think Kyle wants some food.
He goes, I swear to God, it's like I have a job to do, and I hate when these guys come here. God, I hate these guys.
So, do you feel like if you were to play with a group of people, who's your partner usually? You stick with somebody?
Usually it's Dylan.
So you and Dylan.
It's usually me and Dylan, Brad, and Brian.
Do you feel like you and Dylan could just take Chris and I?
You think you can take us?
It's very possible. See, the thing is, Dylan calls it on just about everything.
Oh, that's good to know. Can you write? Can you keep that mental notes? And I'm glad it's being broadcast too, because what's happening is July 7th. We've got clearance from Tim. We're doing a euchre tournament here with players and fans. We're all going to play.
First annual.
Okay.
First annual euchre tournament put on by the podcast.
Okay.
On a Tuesday. Okay. July 7th. And it's going to be players. So Woj is going to be able to play.
Woj will be able to play. He has to be the table in the first game. Let's get him in, right?
We'll have
we
fun
can have him
staff.
be up the. We can have him be up here. Video cameras be on. We're going to be podcasting,
Exactly.
so we'll talk shit while we're playing,
Right.
and broadcast it.
Okay.
So all the money is going to go to charity. So we're going to have like a $50 buy-in per team.
Okay.
All money is going to go to charity, and then the winners are going to get some cool Indy 11 stuff. Okay, which you're like, okay, I've got all of that stuff. What's it matter to me? The winners, regardless, are getting championship belts,
Like official.
like
That's
legit,
awesome.
like heavy
That's cool.
tag team belts.
tag team belts. The winners, and then they got to carry it on. So the next time we do it, so we might do it semi-annually, we might do it annually.
Now the thing that came up is, so if for whatever reason you get transferred,
So
I want that belt back.
Actually, Kyle's just going to call he's going to go to MLS and have an awesome career. And all
So
that kind of
then
stuff.
he's going to create his own tournament. We're going to come and steal him back there. So that's perfect.
So yeah, July 7th, we're going to do a tournament here.
Front office, you're going to go up against fans as well.
Yep.
So, but we're
to
debating between 16 and 32 teams.
Okay.
So go ahead. Do your
So
thing.
we'll get details here while we're so basically
excited about this.
yeah, we're gonna create a sign up here soon. We got about a month to kind of get everything planned out.
Which we will.
It'll be here at Fisher's Chatham Tap.
It'll be Tuesday, July 7th.
Want to pack the tap, if you will.
Yep.
So anybody who knows how to play euchre can sign up. Sign up with teams, of course.
First come, first serve.
Yeah, first come, first serve. Once you sign up,
Well,
obviously.
you will be paying up front.
Yeah,
This will
paying
not
up
be
front.
oh, hey, can I get an IOU?
Yeah, right.
Because this is for charity, so we want to make sure this is taken care of.
Yes. So everything's going to be for charity. We're going to have a silent auction as
Don't be
well.
what's going on over here?
Oh, I was just telling her that she's eventually going to have to come talk.
That's
Oh.
fine. She can come up
Let her-
here. It's all right. She won't do it.
She's going to be better than you, Regan.
But we're going to have a silent auction, too, with some autographed jerseys and NASL balls and things like that, too. And all that money is going to go to charity. So it'll be a fun night.
Yeah, definitely.
Super competitive. Everybody cussing and swearing at each other.
Tim, I was like, so they're getting Wednesday off, right? And he goes, yeah, we'll just have them come in a little later.
That's one of the things my girlfriend was like talking about when she's learning euchre is how mean everyone is.
Oh, absolutely.
She tried to learn with my family. She's like,
Yeah.
even your family's mean. Just look at my mom.
You just sold your girlfriend out in front of your mom. What are you doing?
We're pretty cutthroat when it comes to euchre. Yes, we were. We were pretty mean.
Dude, I cannot believe that you just.
It's true though. When somebody tries to learn euchre, you're just like,
We've almost gotten in fights
Yeah,
with friends
good stuff.
at bars playing like you piece of shit. Like I swear to
It's like,
God,
get out.
Yeah.
You're paying the tab
People get
because
so
you just
mad.
read it.
If you see table talk, I swear to God, I'm going to blows with somebody.
Right? If I mess up, I'm like sleeping on the couch or something like that, you know?
Oh, so she's that good, huh?
She's not paying
She's
attention.
pretty good. She's not paying attention.
No, it's okay though. You can say whatever you want. She'll be all right.
Right?
So she's
all
not
right.
gonna go back and watch it.
All right, so let's go back to some soccer.
Yes.
Here. All right.
So July 7th, Fisher's Chatham. We'll have a sign up soon.
Yes.
Indy 11's going to help promote it too. So we got sponsors of Chatham, Brickyard Battalion, Chatham.
What did you just say? Wait, he said he's taking on the entire city
Uh-oh.
and you're not touching him.
Uh-oh.
Did you just say that?
You and
What are you
Dylan can take
doing?
everybody.
I did not say
Wow.
Now that everyone is like, uh-oh.
This is twice now you failed me. All you did was just let me go. Yeah, I got you. I got this whole thing. My tournament.
More details soon.
More
So make sure
details.
you check out. And we're going to give away some stuff here tonight too. Soon. So anyway, go back to it.
Okay.
Back to it.
All right. So obviously we've had a whirlwind week. We went down to Fort Lauderdale. We already talked about the ball not coming to you, but let's take one step back, and we at least have to cover it because we're excited to have you on the show to talk about. So that was a very, very odd game. In the rankings of games you've played, and we're talking about the Tampa Bay Rowdy game. How odd of a game. First off, obviously you have a delay and a long delay. What does that do to you as a player? I mean, you come in, you score a goal, delay,
Yeah.
done.
No, obviously it's great like to get that momentum going in.
Yeah.
But at the same time it kind of sucked because we were playing so well at that point.
Yeah.
And we were outplaying them, and that kind of gave them a chance to figure out how to deal with us.
Yeah.
Because we were kind of taking it to them from the entire time, actually. So that was a little frustrating because we thought we were playing so well. Which I think when we came back out, I don't think we came out light, but we didn't come out as good as we were at the beginning, which kind of was a little bit of a bummer. But I thought we reacted well, and I still think that we were the better team the majority of the game. And I don't know. I mean, I think I was really happy the fact that we stuck through it the entire time.
Yeah.
And the fact that we kept our cool the entire time, where they did not.
It didn't take much to beat them on the cool factor. As
Right?
they were
Yeah.
just, I don't know what that was about. That's so weird. Like,
Yeah, and I don't know how it was that difficult to keep your cool in those situations, but I mean, they couldn't, and I thought we did really well about not, retaliating or whatnot, and because of that, I think that was kind of luck. We created our own luck in that sense, I guess.
Yeah, it was an interesting game for me as obviously we come and we see the goal, and what's so funny. Side story here. We went out to the tents and we had the local beer fest, basically a bunch of breweries, Indiana breweries that come and showed up and they had tents. I don't even know if you knew that was happening that same day. Oh, it was great. It was amazing. There was probably 18, 19 breweries that were there in tents out on the east side out there. So we come in and we're looking at this stuff and we're looking at the shit coming in. We're going, man, this is going to be bad. So I go and I'm like, he's like, let's head down towards the east goal. I'm like, man, I was like, just hold on. I was like, I got to go to the restroom first. We're good. We're good. I was like, we're not going to score this early. Blah, blah. Just be about it. No, I don't care. So I get done. We walk real slow behind the suites and we come down. As soon as we hit the track, perfect setup, done, goal. And I look at Andy, and he's filming, and I got the snaps, and which are going to go up on tomorrow. I totally forgot my mini USB cable at work. I've been off for 5 days, so I got all these. So anyways, and then he looks at me, he goes, "Oh, yeah?" I went,
oh. We're not going to score this early? Is that what I was going to say? It just sucked that it was so quick right after that goal, too, that we had to wait.
Yeah. Well, actually, when we were in the locker room, Steve Franklin told us that they were actually coming down. They were walking down as we were scoring the goal to tell him to stop the game.
Wow.
So, like, it couldn't have been better timing. Like, they were literally about to say stop the game.
It was really close, too, to just being postponed till tomorrow or the following day.
Mm-hmm.
Which would have been really weird. Sunday morning at like 11 a.m. is what they were talking, 11 or 12 or something like that. It was like, what?
Yeah, we would have gotten no fans.
Right. Man, that was nobody.
That was the crazy part, though, is that I turned to him, too, with the game on Wednesday being just so rough and in terms of emotionally getting – we won't talk about it. But
I like that you said that to him, like he has no idea.
No,
so it's just real rough. What do you think? Because I was there.
But there was a lot of talk on social media. It was like, I'm not going to the games anymore. I'm done with this team, blah, 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 blah. And then you show up on Saturday, and there's threat of horrible weather.
Still
and it's
had a
still
great turnout.
Like, I think, 200 tickets short of a sellout again?
Right.
And so there's still tons of people there,
Oh, yeah.
even risking, okay, it might get cut short, whatever. So that was really refreshing, at least from a fan's eyes, to be like, oh, man, we still have this support, even though obviously the burn from that Wednesday is kind of cooled off a little bit.
But no, it was so you had that. It was also kind of weird for me, though, because my wife grew up, has a family that lives next to her parents, the Balshans, and Rich Balshan plays defense for the Rowdies. And both of you were technically NASL Players of the Week.
Yeah,
Team
of the week.
Yeah, Team of the Week, which is funny because
he was the only Player of the Week.
Player of the Week.
Thank
That
you.
I know.
Come on, let's give
Team
credit
of the
where
Week.
credit's due.
I know I'm talking to the high life here, and I'm just fucking up. I get it. Just please don't disown me, Kyle. Anyway, so it was just kind of interesting because it's that dynamic. He scores a goal, and then to have you have two defensive guys that are the ones that kind of set this up. Both the second goals of the game, and it was just it was so weird because once the red cards start coming out, and it's okay. So lead me to the end. Again, we know it's a weird game. We're now approaching 11:30 p.m.
Right.
And then set it up for me. How does this even come about? What made you even think this is my time? I'm doing this.
Well, when I got a ball like 2 or 3 minutes before that, still in stoppage time, and it was literally almost in the exact same spot. And I crossed it, and Brian nearly got a head on it to score. But we went back and defended, and I talked to Brad, and I was like, Brad, dude, should I have shot that? Like, I really think I should have shot that.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, man, like, that was a really good cross. Like, it was good. Like, don't worry. I don't know.
In the back of his head, he's like, yeah, you should have crossed it. Or you should
know better, bud.
Brad told it. Yeah,
Idiot.
He just turns it like he turned to Chris. Idiot.
But yeah, so then I got the exact same pass, and I don't know. I kind of almost, you can kind of see it in the film. I kind of like hesitated a second because I almost did cross it.
You were gathering yourself.
Right.
Right. That's the professional
But
term.
then I just kind of went for it, and it worked out.
So when you struck it, did you know? Did it feel good, or do you even remember? Like, did you black out? Yeah, exactly.
No. It definitely felt perfect. Like it really did. You can ask any goalie that I've played with. I always hit it to the back post 9 times out of 10. Like I rarely go near post.
Why would you say that on air?
Yeah, come on, man.
Come on.
No, you know what's going to happen is Saturday he's going to go near post.
I know, right? Right. But no. So I just tried to hit it the exact same way that I normally do, and it worked out nicely.
When you first shot, I was like, "What kind of cross is this?" Because I wouldn't think, like, literally.
It's like Tim said. It's like, that's not a serving at the no
What kind of service is that? That's a terrible service. So no, when that hit in, and I looked over, I'm standing next to Josh Mason, and I looked at him, I was like, "Holy, are you kidding me?" And then I had to look as to where you were standing, and I was like, "Wait, that's outside of the box." I was like, "Oh my god!" Like he just rifled that. So it was pretty.
The best part was. I rewatched it multiple times, obviously. Brad's
box of tissues.
Brad Howder's reaction things.
Yeah.
Brad Howder's
was
reaction
pretty
was like,
Yeah.
"Holy!" shit." I mean, he almost cussed.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh my god!"
Rick Straw went like this.
Yeah.
Right.
But it was just the shot of the crowd, like where everybody's like high fiving and hugging random people, and you see,
I swear there's people crying.
There's people on social media. So one guy on social media said, "This is one of the first times I've ever hugged a total stranger at a game before."
I was like, you don't go to many soccer games.
Right. That kind of stuff happens all the time, buddy.
No, and then you get the whole like get the brick and all that. You came around and I was gonna do that. All I could think of, I was like, I want to give him a high five, but I kind of want to hug him, like really bad. You kind of looked at me, you were like, "This is are you gonna do this? Like it's kind of weird." And then he hands you the brick, and you got to do that whole thing. So I mean, how cool was that? I mean, what did you do with your brick?
It's in. We have like a little den.
Yeah.
And it's like right under the TV.
Nice.
But,
We see it all the
He
time.
goes to it
See it
every
all
day and
the
he
time.
kisses it and he goes,
Right?
And
yeah.
it's just so crazy that first professional goal is
Yep.
That.
is
Right.
is like it's a last
everything
second.
else is gonna be.
You're gonna get a sweaty goal like a couple games from now. Or you're just
Next
gonna go
time
with
it's
the
gotta
tapping.
be,
You're
right?
like, this sucks.
Next time it's gonna be a bicycle kick from like 40 yards out.
Sergio. He calls it out. Right. It's at it right. It's
He's
good.
like, hold on, and then bicycle kick.
All right,
So let's
we'll
give away a
some stuff
scarf.
away.
Let's give away a scarf.
Let's do it. Let's give away a bunch of stuff.
So we have one of those Indie Forever scarves. You've seen those?
Yep.
So we got one of those to give away. I want a question from you, though. I think I put you on the spot last time, too.
Yeah.
But you should already know this.
Trivia
Like,
question from
About
Kyle
anything.
Hyland. Something that's maybe a little bit more difficult to Google.
Okay.
But usually when it's like, hey,
Oh.
name the player that does this, and then all of a sudden Twitter just blows up, just
what did
throwing out
Kyle
random.
just order for food? I'm just kidding.
That's a good question.
Because it looks
Gosh.
damn delicious.
Yeah. So a question for an Indie Forever scarf. You know what? Let's do an Indie Forever scarf and
A
two
pair of
tickets. to
And
the,
so it's gotta be
Edmonton
a really good question.
Yeah. And anybody here, if you guys want to go to the Edmonton game on Saturday, you guys can answer too, and we'll give you 2 free tickets. Nobody's paying attention. It's okay.
It's all good. Yeah.
You can't answer. Yes.
And your girlfriend can't answer.
Yeah. Has she sat BYB yet?
Gosh. She has. Before she met me, she said in the BYB.
Well, now you got to come back. You got to party in the BYB.
Wait, did you say before she met you?
Yeah.
Oh, well, this is sweet. I need her up here. We need to find out how did you guys meet. Oh, she goes, nope. Okay.
It's the love story section of the permanent relegation. We're not all.
Well, I'm trying to give
crude.
Kyle time.
I know. I'm
Come
trying.
on.
I'm
Yeah,
still trying to.
We're
think
stalling
of it
for
right
you.
Not
So,
Joseph.
question for the
God.
India for an India 11 Indie Forever scarf,
now.
and then
that
2
can't be
tickets.
Googled, right?
So, well, or that can be like a difficult Google. Maybe it's going to take a little bit of
Really put
searching.
their algorithms to the test.
It can't be
Right.
first professional goal because that's going to be easy.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you know the exact minutes and seconds that you scored the goal?
I just know it was in the night. Like it was 97 and like.
Well, there goes
Hey,
that.
there's the
minutes,
answer.
right?
Yeah, there's the answer. Well, all right, Kyle.
I thought
Howard,
you
everybody.
were actually asking.
No,
me.
I was actually asking you so you could say yes, so we can use that as the question.
Kyle Hyland, everybody. Thank you for being on
You
the show.
put up with
This
this? This is what you have to deal with on a regular basis, man.
Oh, excellent.
It's all right. At least he doesn't throw you under the bus and your mom's in right there.
Right, exactly. That's just because his mom's not sitting here. Good. He might. All right.
If
So,
you guys think of one, let me know.
well, I mean,
You have a
obviously,
good one.
as the
Okay. No,
co-presidents of your fan club, we know everything about you.
I got one.
Yeah.
There is a player in the Women's World Cup
Oh,
that Chris Ball is obsessed with
I'm
right
not
now.
obsessed. I just Jesus.
It's not even looks wise.
she's
It's a little
not
bit of
bad.
looks, a little bit of
Not bad.
talent.
She's not bad.
What is
man,
that?
No, it's a lot talent.
And
She is amazing.
it's not a U.S. player, so we'll narrow it down to that.
Because let's just go ahead and start throwing out the Alex Morgan ones. I'll be like,
And Hope Solo. You don't want to get murdered.
or at least just brutally beat up. Right?
That girl's nuts.
Brutally beat up for looking at this girl.
So Chris Ball of the Permanent Relegation Podcast. This is the first time we've done this, I think.
This is awesome. Is this what it
has
feels
a-
like, Kyle, to be kind of cool? I want to know what it's like to be cool.
Chris Ball has a player that he really enjoys.
Yep.
That is on a European team.
Yes.
We'll narrow it down to that too.
Yep.
On a European team that he is a
And
huge fan of.
They played on Sunday morning.
Okay, they played on Sunday morning.
There you go.
So
Done.
a player on a European team that played Sunday morning. Who is Chris obsessed with this World Cup?
Yep.
You told me
my
earlier
favorite.
too, right?
Yep.
I did.
For an Indy 11, Indy Forever
There's your
scarf.
final clue right there.
And yeah, we might have said it at the very beginning of the show, but I don't think there's any viewers yet.
Yeah.
And
Or
then
ever.
also 2 tickets to the Edmonton game this Saturday at the mic. So use your hashtag
You
BYBcast.
should know this answer.
Oh yeah.
What? You should know this answer. Well, that's great.
All right. Well, glad we're paying attention. Chris has a player on the World Cup. Yeah. No.
Your mom's like that chick he was looking at online.
No, European team that played on Saturday, Sunday morning.
Right.
That Chris really enjoys. She's close.
What did she say?
She said the name of her beer.
That was funny because we did say right. Okay. That's great.
So while we're waiting for the answer, we can move on to. I want to know your thoughts about the coaching change. Now that Tim's gone. Yeah.
No,
Because
I went through
I was
a
like, I thought I
coaching.
was going to make it through the whole show and not talk about this.
No, I went through a coaching change in Columbus too.
Okay.
Actually, 2 coaching changes in Columbus.
Yeah.
So it's like you said, it's a very awkward situation.
Yeah.
At first, you don't really know how to feel because someone still lost their job, so
Yeah.
that sucks,
Right.
But at the same time, we're happy for Tim because Tim's given a good opportunity, and we all support Tim and we like Tim and stuff like that too. So it's kind of nice that a person coming in isn't someone that we don't know.
Right.
So we're all pretty comfortable with him. So I mean, we're excited for him and we're excited for the team and stuff. And it's a new beginning technically. So everyone's kind of looking at it like that, and they're kind of putting what happened aside, and we have to kind of look at it kind of as a new regime.
Yeah.
So
What's interesting about that is after talking with Peter, I asked him flat out, I said, so is this something where Tim is, is he earning this spot? Does he have a chance to be the permanent? And he goes, well, he's the front runner, and obviously you have front office speak. So I will say that you don't say anything on this, but knowing that you have a team that's kind of behind him and knows him, do you find yourself not that you don't go out and play hard anyways, but maybe this is a guy you go, yeah, you know what, now because we already know this guy we'd hate to have somebody come in that we don't know. We have to do it's like any relationship. I kind of don't want to have to go through the weird dating and small talk phase again and just having to take you to Dave and Buster's and weird stuff. Okay, so I mean, do you find yourself going out going, look, man, we really gotta as a team collectively?
yeah, I mean, technically, since Tim was an assistant, I mean, he would tell you straight up how he felt, but at the same time, he wasn't the head coach making the actual decisions.
Right.
So, I mean, now you have to still prove what you want out of this team and stuff. So, I don't know, it's a different type of thing. So we'll find out, what players does Tim like what type of style does he truly like, because obviously he wasn't making the final decision in anything, So, but I mean, I think that there's a new energy. I mean, because everyone has something new to prove because it's a new coach and making new decisions, and that energy is gonna carry us a little bit. I think it's gonna be a good next few weeks until people get settled in, and I hope that the energy stays high. But there'll definitely be a spark for right now because people are excited and people are looking forward to new things. So
I think that was one of the things too that a lot of fans were really clamoring for, as just watching the games and seeing, you kind of hit on energy a lot. You kind of get that you didn't have that previously, and then one of the things I even sent Chris that I was even sent is hey, best thing about Saturday's game, and it was just a small gif of Tim just losing his mind on the sideline, screaming at referees and screaming at the other coach.
Literally, the gift that we have is I thought he was screaming at referee. No, he was screaming at the other coach, and I didn't want to ask him, what exactly were you yelling at that coach for? Because it was rare. He comes over and he just has this look on his face, and he says something, and he gets a real smart look, and he just walks away. I'm like, what could you possibly screaming at the other coach for? It was so weird.
Tim, he'll explode at times.
He's
But
a
at the
powder
same
keg.
time, well, I like it. Like he'll joke around with you a lot. Like he'll be very personable, he'll joke around with you, but at the same time, like when it's business, like he'll be serious. You know, he'll still make crack jokes here and there. You know, like during play, you know, in practice and stuff like that. But I mean, if things aren't going well, like things aren't going well with Tim. Like he will make sure you know. And it's a good thing though. Like it definitely keeps everyone's attention and everything. But at the same time, in a game, you know that he will bat for you the entire time. And like even if it's yelling at a ref, if it's yelling at another player or whatever, he will always have your back, which is definitely nice going into a game.
Yep.
That even if you mess up, it's not, you know, he's not getting on you for messing up. He might be like, you know, it's a dumb play,
Right.
but he will like get you already focused on the next play because there's no time to talk about it in a game. So
I'm gonna do a hint for another hint for yours.
Norway.
Oh, I was going to say Scandinavian, but okay, Norway is going to be another, and fair complected.
Well, obviously because it's from Norway. Did this guy really just say fair complected? And we might need a backup question because you asked one that's like just very. You talk about just obscure.
You talked about it at the very beginning of the show.
Really
If
did.
people want to listen at 8 o'clock right on the dot when we go, you talked about it.
Can we talk real quick, real fast? These new McDonald's commercials with like whatever his name is, Max Greenfield, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, hey, because like it's a third pounder and I'm gonna be here for a while, but like don't get used to it because like what the hell is that about? I know he's like from the New Girl or something like that with Zoe Deschanel or whatever. And no, that's not the answer. And by the way, cheese fries was a great answer.
Yeah.
Fantastic answer. Not necessarily a Norwegian player. Cheese
Speaking
fries.
of eating,
Oh.
have you done a Big Ugly over at Bud's yet?
I've not.
You've heard about it though, right?
I've seen somebody do it.
Okay.
You and Corey.
We hear Corey Miller can put it away.
No one can out eat Corey.
Do you think he can do? Do you think he could do 4? Now these are 1 pound.
The only thing
They're
is-
not. They're 22 ounces.
They're a pound after cooking.
But then you had the buns in that
Yeah, yeah.
22-ounce
Yeah.
burger.
I heard, like, my friend who did it, he said it wasn't, like, really hard to eat it. It was the fact that it was the same taste over and over again.
Yep.
That, like, got annoying, that you didn't want to keep eating it.
She tried to talk to me while I was doing it.
Yep. So did my kids.
And I
told
was,
them to shut the hell up.
I go, you can't talk to me right now. I can't have a conversation. I started to cut up things and dip it in water so that it would dissolve better.
He got his Joey's chestnut on. Right. No, it was hard. When I finished the one, it was definitely hard.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, I would love to see. So you could go into the gym and you could do like, you know, apparently you're just a beast in the gym. So we'll have a competition there and then we'll
Who
go
tells
eat.
you this?
I know, isn't it amazing how we know these things?
There
I
was,
told you we're the presidents of your fan club. We have secret cameras everywhere, sir.
Yes.
We've heard some things. We've
heard
got
some-
eyes and ears everywhere.
All I'm
So you
saying
can't hide
is,
from us.
listen, I would just say, whatever you're on, beware. You're a professional athlete.
All of a sudden,
And
we
ASL
hear,
shows
like,
up.
we hear Kyle gets a random drug check, and then he comes back to you. It's like first you touch a ball and you lose 2 points,
And then you get me,
Secondly-
then you have me tested for PEDs. Why? Just because I'm small and I'm a beast and I could do like 55. What was he doing? What was the story? Yep.
Lewis just got it.
What?
Lewis Chupacabra. Just got the answer.
Luis.
Yes, Luis.
Oh my God, Louis
I don't know.
Chupacabra.
I don't know.
Okay.
Lewis Chupacabra.
Okay, Luis,
Uh,
what did you say?
Brian got it second, but Lewis said Ada Hergeberg.
Yes, Ada Hergerberg. Oh, sure, it's just the skills, dude. Okay, so
I'm not gonna. Her name kind of sounds like a burger.
yeah, Hergerberg, exactly. I can do a
Sounds like
Hergerberg challenge.
It sounds like a beer too,
Okay,
like a
wait.
beer style.
Can we do an Ada Hergerberg challenge? Like, wait, that gets weird too. Wait a minute. Okay, so,
So Luis,
yes.
go ahead and email media@indy11.com for your prizes.
For your 2 tickets and find a sitter, and we don't want to hear any more domestic disputes on Twitter.
His wife was just like, "Damn it, that was my next guest." So I guess you're gonna have to fight over a scarf.
Maybe if you weren't giving cheese fries as an answer because you're still holding on from 2 weeks ago.
Here's what's gonna happen, Luis and Katie. You're gonna get these tickets. You're gonna come find us at the tailgate.
And we're going to buy you a beer.
We're gonna drink with you, and
Yes.
then we're gonna get you in the BYB, and you're gonna party with us. And what's
Done.
gonna happen is you're gonna get a babysitter, and I want to hear that crap because it's not that hard to find a babysitter.
Trust me, we do it all the time. We leave our kids with anybody random on the street. Hey, rando, you want to watch my kids?
Your neighbor's upset that he didn't win tickets. Like he can't get them from you whenever he wants.
He never asks. And you talk about the sitter thing. I don't want to hear anything from him because he can't find a sitter. Brian. Anyways, all right.
So I kind of wanted to. I talked about it earlier. How you're pretty much considered in form right now. When you're playing this well and you kind of feel everything clicking, is he just giving you time to eat? Like yeah.
Just talking.
You're good.
That's the point. That's the point. When people
He's so much happier now. He's so much happier now. He's like getting some food. He's like, oh man, I was getting super fucking angry.
Give me a Snickers, you know?
Now he's got that confident where if I ask him the euchre question again, it's like, yeah, me and Dylan are going to tear people up.
Yep.
But when you're
Bring
in
lube.
that, huh?
Bring your lube.
Well, all right.
All right. Anyways,
People are going to get goat seed. But anyway, so anyway, when you're in form and you're playing this well, does the cliche of everything slowing down and you kind of see things better, do you feel like, okay, I'm playing some of the best football I've played in a long time?
I mean, I know that it has been clicking and stuff.
Yeah.
I just try to keep picking the brains of coaches and stuff like that on what I haven't been doing and trying to, I don't know, pick up wherever I'm not doing enough of. And I don't know, I mean, I'm trying to be positive, but at the same time, I'm trying not to think too much into it because it's working right now and I don't want to stop what's working.
Right.
So, I don't know. I mean, I'm just going to continue to try to get better as much as I can because I don't want to ever be out of form. So I got to keep going. So
it's that never satisfied type of mentality. And you
So
kind of got to have that anyway.
Wait. So you score one goal ever and you're in form? Wait.
No, I'm talking about overall play because, all right, that's fine. If you want to discredit the guy, that's fine.
No.
You're a terrible president of a fan club.
I'm honest as a fan club president. You got to be real with the person when you meet them. No, I already said it earlier that it's not about the goal anyways, that it was the fact that literally whether you start or you come in instantaneously, we've had random people that are sitting in the BYB, they're like, who is that out there that's going? I'm like, no, that's Kyle Hyland. I'm like, dude, that dude he hustles. I'm like, you have no idea. The guy just goes and goes and goes and goes. And we talk about this. That is ultimately your strength. Are you the biggest dude? No. Are you maybe the strongest? No. Are you the fastest? Hell yeah, you are.
I would maybe contest the strongest as well.
Dude,
I think you could probably lift somebody over. I think you lift Christian over his head, just bench press him.
You should totally do it. Right. Okay. So
just do it. And if it happens, tell him to talk to us.
Right.
Yeah, F5.
Okay. But I would say that's the strength that you bring in is when we were talking about Delhi earlier, is you literally are on a player. You were there, besides the fact that you have good vision and you always head on a swivel. That's what you got to do in a dangerous cockfight. Keep your head on a swivel. I would say the strength is that you constantly just go. You are going and going and going. You don't ever have to say, boy, that Kyle Hyland, boy, he's a lazy son of a bitch, I tell you what. So that's his strength. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Informed, you're right. That's what tells me. But when have you ever been out of form? Because your strengths. Yeah.
Thank you.
You ever feel like you've been out of form?
I thought that there were some ups and downs last year.
But that was your first professional year, though,
essentially, yeah. Because when I was in the career, I didn't get any time.
Right.
But
those bastards, they didn't even know what they were missing.
It's also Columbus, so what do you say? It's no
They're
Cleveland, that's
not,
for sure.
They're not doing well right now either.
No,
they're not doing well.
No, it's bad news.
Yeah. But no, I thought last year there were a couple times I thought I did well at the beginning of the season, and then towards the end of the spring season, I thought I kind of dropped off a little bit. I was kind of playing too risky, I guess, and I was getting beaten behind.
Young and reckless.
That was the craziest part. Is comparatively from last year to this year, the back line has been so much better this year than it has been last year.
Yeah, I mean, last year we had the same guys. If you really think about it, you had Corey and you had Greg. Those are
so
Corey,
2 out of the 4.
Corey was there,
so 50%.
Right.
But still, also Corey was there
at the end.
Corey was there most of the fall season.
Right. So
he was.
Those 2 pieces. Obviously, Marco helps too, and there's a couple good pieces in behind us too. But at the same time, we know each other, and now we know how each other work. And I think that's where it's so important because I thought last year we didn't know, like, am I always going to go forward? Now Eric knows I'm going to go.
Right.
And he knows where to cover. And I think all those things those things take more time than people realize. And I think now it's clicking, and we only give up like 2-3 chances a game now.
Right.
Sadly, everybody seems to hit bangers against us, and
They really do. They do. Absolutely.
and it sucks. But I think those things at least matter a lot. That we're only giving up that many chances.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely a good thing. So
The crazy thing too is that even when Christian was on, he was talking about distribution-wise, the players he has in front of him now, he has that confidence to be able to distribute the ball a little bit better, where last year he kind of had to pick and choose where he was going to kick the ball or throw the ball, and it seems like everybody is a little bit more on the same page that
Does he
second
really
year.
pick or choose where he kicks it?
I think
Or is
he
it
just
kinda
honestly,
that goes to our
if you go-
team.
if you go watch the replay, it's probably closed eyes.
Right,
Just kicks
exactly.
it.
He just always does one of these. Literally, this is the Christian 101. Set the ball.
right.
And then
No,
just
no, it's
go.
not
He
this.
gets excited because you
Because
guys
it's
start
gonna start
chanting,
chanting.
It's this.
and he's like,
Yeah.
I want that chant.
Where he does the weird chicken dance where he just kind of pushes people.
Oh man, that guy.
That guy.
He's
So predictions for Saturday.
Wait a minute, really? Like you're a fan? So as a fan, Kyle,
No, I'm serious because I think every player even has that. Okay, I know how we're gonna do on
check
Saturday.
for Kyle.
Yes.
No, I think
Kyle with a brace.
with how high the spirits are right now, I think we come out with a win. I think we finish out and we end in like 4th or 5th, which would be awesome. I mean,
destroy that team in the international friendly.
right? No, but I mean, I honestly, I think we're gonna be just fine. Like, I think everything's gonna be good, and I think people got to understand that also it's still the beginning of the season, and we still have a long season ahead of us. But this win could carry that, and it could really put us in a good position for playoffs next year, or at the end of the fall, because of getting like a 4th or 5th in the spring puts you in a really good competitive position for the fall. And even looking back on last fall, I mean, we did well. I mean, just coming off of what we did in the spring, we did really well. So I mean, if you get something like that after a spring season where you're in like 4th or 5th, now you're looking at you're probably getting in the playoffs. You know,
right? And the big difference here too would be, it's first or is it second game? Right off the bat, you get the Cosmos back. They're in New York, but you played them. Now, when you look at what they've done,
and haven't lost,
you just go, we held them to a draw, and literally they only scored 1 goal. Like right off the bat, you get into we play them well.
Yeah, the thing is with the Cosmos is you're not going to outpossess them.
Right.
I mean, everyone knows going into it, you're not going to outpossess them. You're gonna have to defend a lot.
Sorry, not the New York Cosmos, the New York Raoul's. My bad. Sorry.
Yeah, they created like a Player of the Month just because of Raoul.
Yeah,
they did. I'd never heard of Player of the Month.
Right.
It wasn't until this year, was it?
Right. I had no idea. But no, everyone knows that you're not going to outpossess them. So there's a way to play New York, and I mean, if you look at it, I mean, Greg's talked about it too to me, and I mean, San Antonio did it last year, and they won the league, and I mean, they defended and then countered them, and they would beat them like 3-1. And I mean, it's just like I mean, even in the game that we played them, like we had a lot of chances, and they didn't have as many chances, but they had the ball at the time. So people think, oh, you guys are getting your butt kicked, but at the same time, we didn't because we had more chances.
I think that also comes from the optimistic outlook for the fall season too. Is that when we played the Cosmos the last time, it seemed like it was a lot of more passive counters.
Yeah,
like there wasn't that urgency to counter as fast.
What the hell is the Cleveland game? Like literally,
Is it on right now?
Yes, it's 9:00. Yes.
right here.
Oh, you got it on that one. Okay, cool. All right. Well, as long as you get.
You got to make her watch and give her updates.
But she's kind of evil when it comes to this because she wants anyone not Cleveland.
Well, she's smart because Cleveland's awful.
She's like, I love that Steph Curry. That Steph Curry is something special.
Browns, Indians, Cavs. Who cares?
Oh, I mean, you should see how we can. You should see how we compete with every game.
But what are her
I mean,
teams?
she's a Pacers,
Okay.
Colts,
Right.
and then Cubs.
Oh yes.
Okay,
Look at
Kyle.
this.
We
Kyle,
love
you
her.
picked a winner.
All right, Kyle.
picked
So
the winner.
go eat your burger, send her up, and we'll get the
Since
real
we're up
story.
here, let's talk about Pacers, Colts, and Cubs.
So you guys are Cubs fans then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Her dog's name is Wrigley.
Nice.
Yeah, she's pretty.
Did he get renovated this year? Like snip renovated?
Does he also smell? Does he also reek like urine, like Wrigley Field does? Because Wrigley Field stinks.
No,
It's glorious,
I had
but it
an
smells
epiphany.
really bad.
I had an epiphany while Kyle was talking here about the whole how you play the Cosmos and defend, and then you counterattack and you score. And I go, wait. If you don't, have you ever stopped to think that if you let Woj in that game, the euchre game, you might build his confidence to a point where he just goes out and just starts shooting. As a guy who was touted, comes in, he's got foot skill, he's got touch. That's the thing they talk about, his touch and his ability to shoot. And he's a little reserved when he's out there. Do you ever think that maybe if you just let him play in one euchre game, he might just go, I feel like a new man. And he goes out there and he scores 6. I mean, a double hat trick. I'm just saying. It's an epiphany. It just hit me. Holy shit, Woj, I got your back.
You know what's going to happen? Woj is going to come in July 7th and team up with somebody. Who's going to be his partner, though?
Oh, my God, dude. If you get beat by Woj.
Juddy's been – oh, that'd be bad. Juddy –
You'll never hear the end of it, will you?
No, Juddy is usually his partner. At least we always play – we always have – like when we have people over, we end up playing euchre. Unless we have like people who don't like euchre, and then you have to figure out another game. But yeah, no, they're usually partners, and we've let them win a couple times.
Just let him play. It will score goals.
Yes.
I'm gonna make up my 2 points.
Yes.
Right here. I owe us 2 points. I'm telling you, if you let him play euchre, Rose, you can come to my house and play euchre if that makes you just score goals. Yes. I'm good. Done.
So
right.
yeah. So we'll wrap it up, but. July 7th,
yeah.
We've got tons of Indy 11 players, staff.
Dude, championship tag team belts on the line.
That's what we wanted to do because obviously with the whole thing, you guys don't want Indy 11 swag.
Like, you want something? I got a signed team jersey.
You want something that you can take in the locker room, wear in there, and be like, hey, guys, what's going on? Oh, this is just because I'm a Euchre champion.
It's a signed Janicki mustache. Yeah, it's a signed Janicki mustache.
We're going to have Janicki stashes, too.
I want one of those for – you guys got to tell me where you got those because I want one of those for my
fantasy
league.
It's called the internet.
Yeah.
You can get a belt like that.
There's a thing called Google, and you just Google championship belts, and there it is.
Literally.
Because I want a fantasy football one.
Oh, yeah.
I'll show you what we're looking at, too.
I will show you our Shiva trophy.
Yeah?
Oh, the Shiva trophy is nice.
Gigantic.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, everybody that wins gets to keep the small one, but it's a traveling trophy. 12
right.
Oh, and it's still sitting on my fridge. I have to give it up. Boom. We're going with the red.
Probably going to go with the red for Indy 11.
Yep.
Nice.
That's nice.
Maybe do one red, one blue.
They weigh about 9 pounds apiece.
They really?
No.
Jesus.
No.
Not that heavy.
But they are
heavy.
but they are the
They are
full
heavy.
size, like whip it over your shoulder,
That's
huge
awesome.
plate. Yeah, all that cool stuff.
Well, because Kyle's waist is too small, so he couldn't wear it. So here,
We have to add
exactly.
extra clips on the back. He
He's
can
not
wear one of the
wearing
ones from
anyways.
Toys R Us.
Legitimate.
It's because you're in shape, sir. I cannot even get one barely
That's actually
around
what
my waist.
Brian said, should Brent's wife bring over the belt from when she won at our euchre tournament? I went,
that's bad.
She's got the belt.
No.
Yeah, dude, she
Oh,
has the belt.
but
The
the
open
open
belt.
belt. Ah,
The
it's
open
all right.
belt. Anyways. All right, so
I got the FIFA belt, right? No, you have the FIFA belt.
Yes,
I should have the
FIFA
FIFA belt.
I told you I nail that shit on FIFA all the time. Don't think your goal's special, sir. I told you this on Twitter.
I saw that.
All right, so we do have a final question.
Nah, you want to do a show on Tuesday? We'll do another call-in show on Tuesday?
What?
Next Tuesday?
We have tickets for this game.
Oh, yeah,
on
we got
Saturday.
another, yeah. But for the other scarf, we can give away maybe
Well,
next
we
show.
need to give away these tickets.
All right, we got 2 more tickets to the Edmonton game. You figure out a question yet?
You've given me 30 minutes.
I mean, do I need to? Does that have to be very difficult?
Nah, it's 2 tickets to the Edmonton game.
Okay. Who has the most?
That's a good
It
question.
could even be. It doesn't have to be soccer either. It doesn't have to be soccer. It could be
Okay.
Cleveland related.
How many points has LeBron James scored through 2 games in the NBA Finals?
I'll go with that. No. You know, not LeBron. Not LeBron. No. Let's do somebody different. 'Cause
Yes, let's
LeBron's
do
too
it.
easy.
Right. Okay.
Do Dellavedova.
How many points has Dellavedova scored in the first 2 games of the NBA Finals for 2 tickets?
I gotta
the
look that
Edmonton? See? Boom. Well done, Kyle. Exactly. How many kneecaps has Dellavedova destroyed in the NBA Finals? No, okay. So, all right. So, for 2 tickets to Edmonton. Anybody here in the bar know as well? How many points has Dellavedova scored in the first 2 games of the NBA Finals. Looking at you guys at the bar watching the game. They're like, no, man, we're watching baseball.
They're like, no, Washington is way more important than Cleveland versus Washington. What'd she say?
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
I care.
I like her.
care.
I do believe the Cavs are winning right now.
Maz, do you know? No. I know nothing.
Nothing.
I will take another Guinness, sir. Thank you. It's amazing. Anybody? Did you figure it out?
No, I'm getting blown up here.
Nobody knows.
How many points
Kyle, do you even know the answer to this?
in the?
I don't.
I'm trying to look it up.
Here we go. Yeah, we're gonna
I have
do.
no idea.
All you have to do is literally look at.
No, it only NBA.com only goes to April.
It's not many points. It might be
No.
0.
No, because he obviously scored 2 free throws to help win that game
That's
last
true.
game.
That's true.
And
You
he-
might have just given the actual answer.
No, it wasn't because he also hit a couple threes. Come on, man. Some of us are watching games.
I can't do this.
You can't do this?
Nobody's answering though.
No one's answered.
It's all right though. If they don't want to answer, it's fine. You know what? Usually the good thing is if nobody answers, they already have tickets to the game on Saturday anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one way of looking at it.
Maybe if we don't get it in the next couple of minutes, we'll just give it away on Twitter during the week.
This should tell you everything you need to know about Cleveland in general. Nobody will answer this, but they figured out a chick out of Norway that plays soccer.
Yeah, right.
Dude, who's 19.
First
I
off,
mean,
one of the things that was really disturbing
Yeah,
is Ann Coulter tweeted out that this is what's wrong with America. More people watch the Women's World Cup than the Kentucky Derby in America.
yeah. Yeah.
She said
Good.
that's what's wrong with America.
Well, we also got into a battle with her last year during the regular World Cup because she's an idiot. Just an idiot.
She's a see you next Tuesday.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to see her next Tuesday. Okay. So if we don't give it, then I
You know
guess we'll
give
take
it
it
throughout the
offline.
week.
Yeah, we'll take it offline.
Yeah, we'll take it through the week.
That's still going to be the question.
Okay.
Dellavedova.
That's.
First 2 points. Yeah.
You got it? Oh, did you
I'm
find
looking. I'm looking.
it? That's all right.
All right, we'll figure it out.
Huh?
Kyle? She's damn it, your girl even got the answer. Kyle, you talk about
She
finding
can
better
win.
halves.
Man, she's even better at Google than you are.
She's definitely better at Google.
Oh, she's got it.
Oh, is that the first 2 games of the NBA Finals?
Got it.
Okay.
What is it?
Right down there. Well done.
Oh, man.
We're gonna hang on this
Yikes.
phone, and then Kyle, Chris, and me are gonna make a new background image to your phone.
Oh,
be
and
vulgar.
remember, because here's a hint. He didn't score in the first game.
Yeah. Quick hint.
Because he didn't play, but for about 5 minutes.
Sure.
So,
All right, so
all right.
we're gonna go off. We're gonna thank everybody, but we'll still have that question up for 2 tickets to the Edmonton game this Saturday. How many points did Delhi score for Cleveland
In the first 2 games.
in the first 2 games of the NBA
Obviously, which
Finals?
is just the second game. All right.
Technically, just the second game, but it's all right.
And
But I want to thank everybody for listening on Twitter. Special thank.
listening on Twitter.
Oh, YouTube.
YouTube. Right. Right. Man, you've been on point tonight.
I know.
You've been drinking too many burrs.
It's that dogfish head.
Okay. I want to thank you to new coach Tim Regan. Just really, really great that he took the time to come out here. Obviously, I know
Had some
he
laughs.
had some laughs. I know. I'm sure he had some concerns. He was here the last time, but I'm sure he had some concerns. And
A little
hopefully,
gun shy about some of the
Yeah.
questions. Probably the typical questions.
That's
We're
why
not
he
Bob
took it out on you.
Kravitz.
That's why he took it out on you.
I know,
Because
right?
he had a lot of
Cracking
angst.
jokes.
He was waiting for like the Kravitz type questions where like somebody who didn't know shit about soccer and wants to talk about it. So there's that. But anyways, and thank you to Fisher Chatham up here. As always, you guys are always amazing hosts.
Make sure
And,
you tip your wait staff and bartenders,
especially if they have
especially
luscious
if you got
beards.
Maz, who has one of the best beards in the bar right
And he
now.
might look like he lives in a Civic, but at the same time, he's an amazing, amazing server. So we love you. And thank you.
And you know
Andy.
what? You know what we're forgetting? Forgetting. Thanks to Kyle.
Oh wait, that guy? No, I wasn't. I was waiting to get to the high life.
Oh, Kyle, High Life Hyland.
Thank you. No, thank you so much.
If you win the
Thanks
Euchre
again.
tournament, we'll
thanks,
get a custom plate
I'm
on
pumped.
it that says Kyle High Life Hyland.
No, I'm punching him in the balls. I'm gonna look at him and say, "You know why?" That's it. That's what's happening. So-
I think the finals of the Euchre tournament, Chris and Andy, Kyle and Dylan, going down for the belts.
Right here at the main table.
Right here at the main table. So July 7th, for charity, Euchre tournament with Indy 11 players.
First 32 teams.
Yep, we're gonna try to do 16 teams.
But I have a feeling.
I have a feeling with 4 months. Yeah,
Trust me, I got a lot of.
it might be 32 teams.
It will be.
It's gonna be a massive tournament. It's gonna be awesome. We'll start at probably 7.
Kaluder being the math genius that he is, you talk about being a savant.
Yeah.
He was like, it's only one more round. I went,
Yeah,
oh,
it's
that's
true.
true.
Because we're like 16 teams.
I didn't realize that.
We're like, let's
either.
keep it to 16 teams. He's like, 32? You can do 32? We're like, no, it's going to take forever. He's like, it's one more game. I'm like, oh, well, I guess that makes sense.
Because it's not like a double elimination, it's single game.
Single game.
But then you can hang
See,
out.
we usually do best of 3. So.
I know.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Once you're done with the games, if you want to hang out and have some side games for some betting
True.
things.
You got to, that's going to change the way that,
Yep.
if he's always really aggressive, you got to decide, oh my God, we only got 10 points to screw around with here.
That's true.
Change
Only
it.
have
Give
10
you time to
points.
think
I'll have to
about
talk
this.
to him. Gameplay.
The belts are on the line. Some official Indy 11 swags on the line. We're going to have a silent auction as well for money to go to charity. It's going to go to Top Soccer, I think, if you've heard of them. They put on soccer games for mentally and physically disabled people. So it's a really cool charity that we're going to be giving to. So all the money, entry fees and everything, we're going to get a sign-up sheet probably in the next couple days
It'll be
on
site.
permanentrelegation.com. Special thanks to Chatham here in Fishers, Kyle Hyland, Tim Regan, at Seaballa,
At the cage, or just at Cage Fear.
at Cage Fear. No the.
Nobody still even knows what that means, but
It's
still.
okay.
All right, guys. Thank
Guys,
you.
Thank you.
Have a
Thanks,
great
everybody.
night.
Bye.
Thanks.
I'm not even going to do it. I'm not even going to do it.
Thanks, guys.
Glory, glory, Man United.
Oh, I hate that guy. I wasn't even going to do it. You still had to do it, huh? I got to piss. All right, eat your food, sir.